The Mishnah studying Masechet Besa Perek Gimal Mishnah Gimal. Over in this Mishnah, I'm going to speak about an endangered animal. Right. So if you had an endangered animal, you're worried that this animal is going to die now on Yom Tov, and it's getting late in the day. Right. We know that you're only allowed to slaughter an animal on Yom Tov if you're going to use it, eat from it today on the holiday. Right. You can't go ahead and prepare from Yom Tov to eat, to make a barbecue, later tomorrow. So let's say you had an endangered animal. And I have to say it's an endangered in a way where, you're not talking about like a punctured lung where it's a terefa, right? Right? They're talking about something you just see it's getting sick. You're not sure if it's going to make it or not, but you don't want to lose the value of this animal. If it just dies on its own, then that's it. It becomes a nevela. You can't do anything with it. It becomes unkosher if it just dies on its own. So what do you want to do? You want to slaughter it, right? So you could save the meat. Now it's Yom Tov. What do you do if you're not eating anymore today? Right? What are your options? You have to be able to use the meat today. So that's our Mishnah. If you had an endangered animal, you can't go. You're not allowed to go ahead and slaughter it unless you know that you have enough time. Right? Interestingly enough, and you have enough time to eat kazayit's worth of roasted meat, that day. Right? So it's a timing issue. If you have enough time, then we'll say that you slaughtered it for today. Right? And that would be allowed. Right? What's interesting, according to Tanakama, you don't have to be able to eat it. Right? You just have to have enough time in order to slaughter it and roast it, which is the quickest form of cooking, and you're able to do that within the day. Okay, then you're going to go ahead and slaughter it, and it's as if you did it for the holiday itself. Rabbi Akiva comes in even more lenient. Right? He comes and he brings two extra leniencies. One is you can eat raw meat. You don't even have to go ahead and roast it. Don't even throw it on the barbecue. If there's enough time to go ahead and have a thin piece of beef carpaccio, right? Thin raw meat from bet to bihata. Bet to bihata is the throat, right? The throat of the animal where you're slaughtering it by the neck. You don't even have to go ahead and skin the animal. Nothing, right? Just take your knife after you slaughtered it, right? You did shahita and just take off a thin piece of beef. Right, you have little beef carpaccio, you eat that. If you have enough time to do that, you don't have to eat it. You have enough time to do that, that's considered enough to slaughter this animal on Yom Tov. Shehata basateh, let's say you slaughtered an animal in the field, right? This animal, or an animal in the field. Lo yavi'ena b'mot uvmateh, right? You shouldn't bring it in a mot or a mateh, right? Different poles, right? If you remember the picture of the Meraglim carrying, the poles on their shoulders, right? You can't go ahead and bring it like that. Why? Right? Because that's the way you do it on a weekday, right? That's derech chol, and we always want to differentiate on Yom Tov that we shouldn't do lo ya'aseh kederech shu oseh b'chol, right? You shouldn't do something on Yom Tov the way you do it on a weekday. Aval mevi'ah biyado ivarim, what can you do? You bring it, in your hands, right? Limb by limb, right? You don't bring it on a pole, the whole animal in one shot, right? But bring piece by piece, that would be allowed.